Hello there, this is Ronan Coyle. Welcome to this short video which is an introduction to the Maya workspace. When you open Maya, this is what you should see. Around the borders there's lots of tools, but the main portion of the screen is taken up with a 4-panel view which allow you to navigate your 3D space, fill the 3D space with your objects and edit your objects. Generally, 3D software aims to mimic all the processes on a traditional movie set. So it's not surprising that there's thousands of options and tools at your disposal. And the Maya interface aims to bring them to you in a meaningful way that isn't overwhelming, and it's customizable as well. So at the top here you have your main menu bar, and to the side here you can have your menu set bar, which brings you more customizable tools that you might be using when you're in different stages of your animation. Over here you have open, save, undo, redo. Next to that we have the status line, which tells you the status of your tool settings or various helpers like grid snapping, symmetry and render options. Below that we have shelves with tabs containing the icons representing the various tools you might need at different stages of your scene creation. You can very easily make your own custom shelves, which I'll show in a later short video. Over to the left here we have the toolbox and the panel view options. So the toolbox contains the pointer, different methods of selecting, the translate, rotate and scale tool and the show manipulator. These are mapped to the QWERTY keys, so Q, W, E, R, T, and then Y is the last used tool, which we'll cover later. Below here we have the panel view. It can be single panel view, and you can see how the main window changes to the perspective view, or 4-panel, and you can see how it changes back to the top, front, side perspective view. This can also be done by pressing the space key, and then it'll enlarge whatever view your mouse is hovering over. Next to that we have the outliner, which shows us a hierarchical list of everything that we've created in our scene. Currently, because this is a new scene, there's nothing in it but the 4-panel views, perspective, top, front, side. Continuing on clockwise, we come to our animation controls here. So this gives us our timeline, which we can scrub through. We can set our in and out points here. We can set our frame rate and playback controls. Below that we have the script command line, which shows us all the processes that are behind everything we do within Maya. And at the very bottom we have the help bar or tooltips bar, and you can see here it's explaining itself. It updates no matter what we're hovering over to give you a bit of extra information about the tool or processes. And going on up the right here we have the display panel, which allows us to group objects which we want to quickly display or hide or make non-selectable. Above that we have the windows, which shows us the information about the objects we create within the scene. Currently this is empty. If I click on the perspective camera, you'll see all the information will appear there. You can also get this information from the attribute editor, which gives us the same information in a slightly different format, and the keyboard shortcut to toggle between those, Control A. So that's the interface in a nutshell. If you're curious about what some tools do, you can hover over them and a tooltip will pop up, or you can look down at the tooltip help bar down here as well, and don't be afraid to try out different things. Thank you for watching.